Hello tribe. I'm gonna try to explain to y'all something, how to do something. If you care to do it, that's fine. If you don't care to do it, that's on you. I am making a meter cover for my smart meter. It is on the back of my house and faces out away from the kitchen, and then the back of it is right at the stove. The purpose of this is to cut down on the amount of radiation that's being emitted from this smart meter. These things put out, it's my understanding, about 6 times the amount of radiation that is safe to human beings. And it doesn't do it continuously, but it does about every 12 to 15 seconds it pulses. And when it does, it blurts out all this radiation. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get you some screen. Aluminum, copper, or stainless steel. This is stainless steel. Now I recommend that if you've never worked with this stuff before, because stainless steel is actually pretty tough to deal with. It's very sharp and it's a lot more stiff. So most people would probably want to just use aluminum screening. The same screen that you use on your windows. First thing you want to do is you want to get you a piece of either tape, which is what I have here, just some painter's tape, or you can use a string, or if you've got a tailor's cloth tape measure, then you can use that. But you want to go out and you want to measure the circumference around your meter. Once you determine that size, you match up the string like right there, and then that's your measurement. You measure that. Mine just so happens to be 20 1/4. Then you want to cut your piece of screen anywhere from a 1/2 inch to 1 inch longer than the measurement on your screen or string or tape or whatever it is you're using to measure with. So we'll just say, for instance, that the measurement was 20 inches. You want to measure it 21 inches, and that 1 inch is going to be your overlap, and you'll want to overlap it so that the two pieces of screen meet, and then you want to seal it together somehow with aluminum screen. You can use solder, or you can use some type of glue, or you can use duct tape. It just so long as the screen is touching itself and sealed to itself so that it's a solid ring. Once you do that, you measure from the base of the meter out to the front of the meter and add about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch in that length. Now once your round loop is set up like this right here, you want to measure another piece of screen. The diameter, which on mine is 6 inches, and I believe that's pretty standard. I think most of them are 6 inches. Some of them may be like 6 1/4, 6 1/8, or something like that, but it's no real big deal. You can make this thing a little larger if you want to, and then you just get you a large hose clamp, like what they use on a dryer vent or a dryer hose, and you put that around this, and you can glue it to it or whatever. You don't even have to glue it, but I find it's a lot better, easier to keep up with the stuff if you have to take it off for any reason. And then once you get your circumference or the diameter, you want to put 1/4 to a 1/2 inch extra around the entire edge so that you can fold it up like this right here. You see, I've got this fold on the edge right here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put the two together. You turn up what you want to face out, you turn it up like this. This is going to be what's facing at the face of the meter. And then you just take this one and slide it down inside of it and push it all the way down. And then you seal it together, either by solder or glue. It's a little harder to use tape on that, but you can. And then you've got this. You've got it's known as a Faraday cage. Then you take it and just slide it right over the meter and leave it there. And what this does is this will block the radiation, because on the meters the radiation comes out the sides. It comes out the sides and it comes out the front, and it also, an amount of it can come through, penetrate through your walls and come into your house that way. So say if this is if it's your bedroom wall that your meter is on, then these radio frequencies are being beamed in to your bedroom while you're asleep at night. Yeah, see, I just got cut. This stainless steel stuff is bad, man. It's really stiff, but it'll cut you. And so once you get that done, that's the hardest part, is making this thing. I bought this screen. It took a month to get it, but I bought it off of Amazon, and I think it was 3 sheets of 8 by 12 stainless steel screen. This is what I have left over, this little piece, and I think it cost me $9. But you can buy, you can buy your just standard aluminum window screen for a few bucks at your local hardware store or big box store, whatever you want, wherever you want to get it. All right, so that part's done. Just put that on and you're good to go. It will block the radiation from coming out the face, and it will block the radiation from coming out this way. But what's cool about it is that it still allows enough of the signal to transfer out so that they can read it. And if it doesn't, it's no big deal, because technically if you never gave them permission to put this on your house, they're the ones that are at fault. So you can cover that meter, and they have no right to come to your house and remove that unless they remove the meter. And your argument to them should be, well, I'll keep putting that on there until you replace that meter with an analog meter. And if they say, well, we don't have any analog meters, we destroyed them all, well, then this is what you have to deal with. You're going to have to get out of your truck and come in and read the meter every time you want to read it. All right, the second part of this is where the meter is mounted to the back of your house, or wherever it's mounted. The back side of that meter box is still emitting radiation. And for that, excuse me just a minute. For that, I have this. This is a solid sheet of 12-inch by 12-inch, 1/8-inch thick lead, solid lead. So you'll want to get a piece of this. It doesn't have to be 1/8-inch thick. I tend to go a little overboard when I do stuff like this. I think the overkill is to my benefit. But what you're going to want to do with this is you're going to want to somehow either screw it by drilling holes in the corners, or you can glue it, however you can get it on there. But this is what you want on the back side of your wall, facing or coming into the house. So you want this on your, like say my kitchen, the meter on my wall is right here. I'm going to put this on the back side of the wall. This will prevent any radiation from coming through the wall and hitting you. It will, this will do the job. But they sell this stuff, I think this was like $17 for this piece on Amazon also. And I think you can get it thinner. I think you can go down as much as, I don't know, a 1/16 of an inch. Maybe even thinner than that. I didn't really look. I already had in my mind what I wanted. I wanted an 1/8 thick, so that's what I typed in for the search. And this is what I got. A 12" by 12" square of solid lead for 17 bucks. Alright, so like I said, these two things work in conjunction with one another. This on the back side, on the inside of your house, on the back side of the wall. So like if you've got a bedroom and the meter is right on the back wall of your bedroom, those emissions are coming into your house. So if you've got pictures hanging on the wall, you could mount this to the back of a picture frame and just rehang your picture. Of course, you'd want something thinner than this because, like I said, this is 1/8 thick. This is actually pretty heavy. So I'm going to actually bolt it with some screws in the corners, and I'm going to bolt it to the kitchen wall with this. So that's pretty much it. It's a Faraday cage for your smart meter. Block those EMFs. I started having nosebleeds when we moved into this house. And the only thing that I can figure is, I've never had nosebleeds all my life. It wasn't until we moved here. I just all of a sudden, just out of the blue, my nose will just start pouring blood. And this is the only thing that I can contribute it to, because everything else in my lifestyle is the same as it's always been. Nothing has changed except for the fact that we're out here with this smart meter. Plus up the road here, we've got an extremely tall and extremely compact, or not compact, but packed cell phone tower that has all these microwave gizmos up on the top of it. And so I think I'm being bombarded with these EMFs and radio frequencies. So this is the solution. And I'm hoping it'll stop my nosebleeds, because I'm kind of tired of them. It's usually every day or every other day I'll get a nosebleed just out of nowhere. But anyway, that's it. That's how you build them. I just happened to glue mine together with the Flex glue. Same thing as the Flex paint, Flex seal. It's just in a tube, and they call it Flex glue. And it dries in 24 to 48 hours, and it'll set up permanent within 7 days. It cures solid, and it's good stuff. I've been using it to repair my rubber boots with that I paid a good amount of money for, and within a week they cracked, and that stuff really works good, that sealing, that Flex seal. Anyway, that's it. I hope that helps. Very simple to do. Good luck.